because it's like the first week of like Champions League, it's feel like an age since I've last seen anything.
In a way, I did set you up, Liam. I can't even lie, because I wanted that last choice of an attacker in the team. I just wanted to talk a bit more about probably your top 5, your top 6 players that you've had recently in the Champions League, who you've admired this season, who you think done really well in the Champions League, and realistically, who do you think's got it in them to actually win the Champions League this season as well? Have you got like a 6 aside that you prepared for our group stages that we've had this season in the Champions League?
Oh, what a question! I'll name you one, and I'm not just saying this because big City fans on, but I tell you who's just completely surprised me is Bernardo Silva. Just wasn't he on the verge of potentially going if Kane was going to come in? And I remember thinking, oh, he's gone, that lad. And what a player. I thought he was a good player. But for me now, he's just ridiculous. I mean, he can play him in the front three. He can play him in the midfield three. Out of possession, his stats are just ridiculous, aren't they? I caught the highlights last night. I mean, for me, you're talking about leaders, and is he someone you associate with a leader? But actually, if you watch him perform, that's someone who leads on the pitch. Probably doesn't talk a lot, but for me, he's definitely someone I would have as my first pick.
Yeah, I agree with Bernardo though. Dead underrated. Don't get the applause. And to be fair, he's always been consistent. It's just people are now starting to see it. Like no one will run more than Bernardo. You'll see everything he does on the pitch with the foot, the technique, and the way he dribbles and the way he hits the ball and stuff. The goal last night, incredible at volley. But no one understands that he will run more than anyone on that pitch every single game, home and away. He'll do it. So I think that's a fair shout, Sam. Second pick. Are we just going any position here, Hamz, or are we picking a team?
We're picking the team of 6, so we all get 2 picks each. So you can pick
right.
Liam's just being humble and is trying not to pick a Man City player.
Yeah, well, I could easily pick a Man City team, obviously, but I'm trying not to. I'm trying to think elsewhere. Obviously, Mo Salah. That's easy, isn't it? I was gonna go Edin Dzeko, but I knew if I said Edin Dzeko, you both would have been like, "Oh, ex-City player," so I'm not going Edin Dzeko.
I wouldn't have, to be fair, because I think it was last week I was talking about Edin Dzeko about how he's been so underrated as a top-class striker over these years, especially when he left Manchester City as well. And you're just there kind of thinking like he did really well at Roma, he's doing really well for Inter Milan, getting them into the next stage of the Champions League as well. And the fact that he was a direct replacement for Romelu Lukaku, I'd happily back Edin Dzeko, but who are you going to go for, Dzeko, or are you going to go for Mohamed Salah? Yeah.
Salah's probably the best in the world at the minute.
I could go for, you know what? Yeah, I've got loads of attacking players on my kind of thought process. Liam knows I don't really go for a goalkeeper, Sam, so we may leave a goalkeeper out unless you want to pick a solid one that we've had. Yeah. I'll go for the obvious choice of putting Cristiano Ronaldo in, because realistically speaking, Manchester United would be out of the Champions League without him. I've had the pleasure of going to a couple of the games as well at home. That last-minute goal against Villarreal, the comeback against Atalanta, home and away, to secure the draw as well. And I've said recently as well the fact that a lot of Manchester United fans are turning on him when he's not scoring. And I'm just there thinking a lot of these Manchester United fans are quite fickle, to be fair. That's what's really worked for him, scoring these goals and having a great tournament so far. And is against Atletico Madrid next week as well. So that'll be quite good to see if he can stick it to Simeone one more time as well. But it's going to be a tough ask with the way Manchester United are playing at the moment. So,
but I think Mendy at Chelsea is just ridiculous, and I say that more so from where he's come from. I think he was an amateur footballer 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah,
I don't know if you watched the AFCON. I caught a bit of it with Senegal and just thought he's absolutely ridiculous.
Oh, I loved it. I love AFCON.
There you go. Still, I'm sure there's still a lot more to come from him. I think he's 29, isn't he? But I just think he's such a, is he praised enough? I'm sure he probably is by Chelsea fans, but I think he's a top keeper. Got the experience, obviously, winning the Champions League last year. Just won the AFCON, and I actually think the other lad at Chelsea who they paid 75 million for, forget his name, Kepa.
Yeah.
Obviously had a bit of a spell anyway, wasn't doing too well, but he's still a very good keeper. And if you're keeper the 75 million keeper on the bench, I know Kepa probably isn't worth that, but I think that says a lot about him, and I quite like his mentality. So I'm going to go for Mendy at Chelsea as the goalkeeper.
Brilliant.
Rodri. I know he's a City player, but Rodri.
Going for Rodri in that centre defensive mid. So we'll stick with Rodri and Bernardo Silva at the back as well then.
With Rodri, I think Rodri is probably second name on the team sheet, third name on the team sheet at City. unbelievable what he does. No, don't get me wrong, he's not better than Busquets, but he is that Busquets player.
Yeah.
But you'll do all the dirty work, but then once he gives the ball, it's one touch out, and that's massive. Moving that ball quickly in transition, he's so unsung. I was going to say Verratti, and the only reason why I didn't say Verratti and Rodri is just because I'm biased.
I'm a little bit surprised you didn't go for the lad who plays centre half. I can't quite remember his name. Came from Benfica.
Ruben Diaz.
Yeah. I'm a little bit surprised you didn't mention him.
I was going to go with a defender, but when I mentioned the defender, Hamz was like, "No, not defender. Let's go attack." So I changed it a little bit to a bit more of a midfielder defensive, just to appease Hamz's crave for attacking football.
I mean, we've got a goalkeeper. We've got 2 defensive-minded players on that side pitch. So, in a way, I did set you up, Liam. I can't even lie, because I wanted that last choice of an attacker in the team. So I've got the choice of choosing Sebastian Haller, who scored 10 goals for Ajax already. I've got the choice of Christian Nkunku for RB Leipzig, who sets up the group stages in a really fun way. I was thinking of Militao, the centre back for Real Madrid. I think he's had a really good tournament, settled in really well at Real Madrid. I think it is his second season as well, which is good for him to see as well. But I think I'm split between. It's definitely an Ajax player, because I've enjoyed watching Ajax play this year. Erik ten Hag's team has been fantastic. Sebastian Haller with the 10 goals. Anthony as well, their right wing, has been fantastic. A throwback winger, I would say, someone who actually enjoys dribbling, who can take players on inside and out. I'm going to leave it to both of you to decide. Haller or Anthony? Liam, who are you going for? Off the cuff, who are you going for? Haller or Anthony to join this team?
Haller.
Because I think Haller's journey as well, from West Ham being the second choice striker, not settling into the David Moyes system as well, going over to Ajax, and everyone's saying, "Oh yeah, the Dutch league is easier," but he's doing it in the Champions League, for goodness sake, as well. Top goal scorer already this season. Sam, who are you going for, Anthony or Haller?
Yeah, for me, Haller as well. To be honest, I was a little bit disappointed when he left West Ham. Didn't they sell him for like 20 million cheaper? Because I remember watching him. I used to watch a lot of Bundesliga. I remember watching him for Frankfurt. Was it him and him at Real Madrid? Can't remember his name. Jovic. Yeah, what a partnership they had. So I was a little bit disappointed, to be fair, when West Ham got rid of him. Thought they're going to regret that, and I think you're seeing that now. And under the right system, could say right manager as well. He's doing really well, and I can't say it's a surprise, to be honest, from watching him in the Bundesliga. So agreed.